Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. During the Sister Wives Season 19 tell-all, Robyn Brown and Kody Brown remained silent, and their quiet might reveal more than their words ever could. When Robyn was revealed as Kody's fourth wife in Sister Wives Season 1, their relationship officially began. They became close after meeting through common friends. They were married in 2010, and their courtship involved customary procedures like chaperone dates. As Kody's previous marriages came to an end, Robyn eventually became his only surviving wife. Tension with the other spouses and criticism from fans resulted from their bond being perceived as the strongest. Kody's relationships with his previous wife and kids were significantly altered by his marriage to Robyn. Tension in the household increased as he seemed to spend more time and attention with Robyn. His emotional detachment from Christine, Janelle, and Meri caused those marriages to fail. Kody's relationships with a number of his older children were also affected by his devotion toward Robyn. Many of them felt abandoned or disregarded. The formerly cohesive Poly family became permanently divided as a result of this change. Refusing to acknowledge the full impact of their behavior on others, Kody and Robyn continued to deny that favoritism contributed to the dissolution of the family. Robyn Brown and Kody Brown notably avoided responding to some of the most challenging questions during the Sister Wives Season 19 tell-all. Robyn described the video as disturbing and declined to provide further details, while Kody brushed off questions about their early connection. Viewers who looked for genuine understanding were disillusioned by their lack of transparency. Although the tell-all was supposed to provide clarity, many questions remained unresolved due to their evasive responses. Although the pair kept quiet, fans were particularly curious in the emotional period of their courtship. Their unwillingness to divulge prompted viewers to speculate once more. Many thought that Kody and Robyn were avoiding responsibility for the family's lingering conflicts by remaining silent. Favoritism, family division, and previous disagreements were either carefully avoided or dismissed. Kody and Robyn's reserved demeanor stood out while other women talked candidly about their feelings and difficulties. Fans' complaints were exacerbated by the lack of transparency, as they believed the tell-all failed to provide the candid insight they had hoped for. Consequently, there is still debate around the couple's relationship. During the Sister Wives Season 19 tell-all, Kody and Robyn appeared cautious about what they disclosed, probably to avoid hurting their own reputations. They avoided difficult inquiries and were evasive while discussing delicate subjects rather than providing precise replies. Kody swiftly ended the talks after Robyn referred to some of the clips as disturbing. Supporters saw that their strategy differed from those of the other wives, who were more forthcoming. The criticism they've already gotten this season was exacerbated by their silence, which gave viewers the impression that they were concealing something or defending their reputation. Kody and Robyn Brown were intent on controlling the story during the Sister Wives Season 19 tell-all. They provided succinct, thoughtful responses and steered clear of challenging subjects. They attempted to maintain their composure, as though they had nothing to say, rather than confronting emotional times or prior errors. Perhaps to avoid coming seen as weak, Robyn seemed particularly focused on avoiding being emotional. Their demeanor suggested that they wanted to leave the tell-all appearing calm, steady, and unaffected by the drama that had engulfed the family throughout the season. Viewers of Sister Wives believed that Robyn and Kody were more concerned with maintaining their appearance than with being truthful. Kody and Robyn chose to keep things light or assign blame, while the other wives talked candidly about their suffering. This gave the impression that they wished to remain above the tension and dispute and seem as the winners of the tell-all. But their plan might have backfired. Their lack of transparency was perceived by fans as aloof and contemptuous, which exacerbated the criticism they already receive. Instead of garnering pity, their cautious demeanor left many feeling dissatisfied and unpersuaded. Robyn, star of Sister Wives, has wept over every small setback in her life for more than 10 years. She has always been the innocent wife who rarely retorted and has a very gentle voice. She was ready to cry at anything, no matter how small. But now Robyn is at last revealing who she really is. Fans were shocked when they noticed that she didn't cry during the entire tell-all. The chats were quite tough, and we've seen Robyn cry and try to explain herself in similar situations before. Her expression remained stony, and she took a different approach to everything this time. Did Robyn act that way all along? In the show, Kody and Robyn had been sobbing and evading responsibility for years, but now they have suddenly changed their ways. What do you believe caused Robyn's personality to shift so drastically? Robyn boasts about her privileges in Sister Wives. Robyn finally alluded to what Kody's ex-wives and fans have long thought during the Sister Wives Season 19 tell-all. She acknowledged being the favorite all along. Robyn acknowledged to Suki Krishnan that on family vacations, she constantly grabbed the hotel luggage rack. She dismissed it as unimportant, labeling the debate dumb. But her arrogant grin was clear. In the past, Robyn received preferential treatment, whereas Christine and Janelle disclosed that they were forced to throw their bags on the ground. Supporters now think Robyn quietly showed off her position, demonstrating that she is aware that she has always been Kody's first choice. Sister Wives. Robyn at last displayed her real self. Several fans, including Christine and Janelle, Kody's wives, expressed throughout the year that they believe Robyn is the primary cause of their family's disintegration. Everything has gotten worse ever since she joined the family. Robyn began crying whenever they attempted to have a meaningful talk with her, and she never accepted responsibility for her behavior. But it appears that the world is finally recognizing her genuine nature. Robyn, who goes by Sobin, suddenly stops crying. In fact, she was emotionless and faced the situation head-on. She used to cry her way out of issues, but these days she acts like she's better than other people. She simply chuckled and claimed she didn't realize the luggage rack was a big deal when Suki approached her about it. In a sense, she also came to terms with the fact that she was Kody's favorite wife and always received everything. Janelle added that she was originally intrigued by polygamy and the things they were attempting to establish together when Robyn joined the family. But she changed her mind and lost interest along the road. Robyn acknowledged that she had no communication with the wives, but she also mentioned how much she cared for them. This blatantly hypocritical statement exposed a great deal about her character. Robyn added that the family's issues caught her off guard. In the following phrase, though, she contradicted herself by claiming that she could feel the family disintegrating. Fans can now plainly discern Robyn's strategy as she revealed her true self in the tell-all. In a jaw-dropping turn of events that's ignited social media firestorms, spawned conspiracy theories, and shattered any remaining illusion of transparency, Kody and Robyn Brown's highly anticipated appearance at the Sister Wives Season 19 tell-all became less of a candid confessional and more of a carefully choreographed act of avoidance. And while the host pressed, the cameras rolled, and viewers leaned in expecting answers to long-lingering questions, what they got instead was a masterclass in dodging, deflecting, and emotionally shutting down, leaving fans to wonder, what are Kody and Robyn still hiding? Why won't they just own their truth? And could their refusal to speak honestly be the final nail in the coffin of a franchise that was built on living openly but is now defined by awkward silences and side-eyes? From the moment Kody stepped onto the stage, arms folded tight, jaw clenched, eyes darting, it was clear something was off, and when Robyn followed, clasping his hand with her usual performative concern, her smile trembling under the weight of premeditated answers, the tone was set. They would be there, but they would not be real. The host, sharp, prepared, and unafraid, dove in immediately, asking what fans had waited months to hear. Had Kody reached out to reconcile with Janelle before her mother passed? Did Robyn know Meri was leaving long before Meri made it public? Had they talked to Christine since her remarriage? And yet with each direct question came an evasive answer. I don't want to speak on other people's timelines, Kody muttered. That's not something I feel comfortable addressing right now, Robyn added, her voice carefully modulated but her eyes flickering with what many viewers interpreted as guilt. The dodging became so frequent it bordered on parody, with both Kody and Robyn seemingly refusing to give any concrete response unless it served a narrative they could control. When asked if they considered themselves monogamous now, Kody grunted, "It's complicated," while Robyn muttered something about spiritual openness that left viewers more confused than ever. The lack of accountability was stunning, especially when the host pointed out that Robyn was, by process of elimination, now Kody's only wife, and asked how that squared with their decades-long advocacy for plural marriage. Robyn's reply? That's not my fault. Kody's? Things fell apart. No ownership. No introspection. Just vagueness wrapped in emotional avoidance, and as the hour dragged on, fans began to realize they didn't show up to answer questions. They showed up to survive them. Even more infuriating was their refusal to discuss the children, arguably the most affected by the family's implosion. When asked about Isabel's spinal surgery and Kody's absence, he shrugged, saying it was a complex decision, while Robyn actually tried to redirect the topic to how hard it's been for Kody lately, drawing visible outrage from the host and thousands of fans tweeting in real time. Perhaps the most chilling silence came when the host asked Kody directly, "Do you feel responsible for how this family fell apart?" For a moment, the studio was utterly still. Kody looked away. Robyn squeezed his knee. He exhaled hard and then muttered, "There were too many variables." It was not an answer. It was an escape hatch. And it became clear in that moment that accountability would not be on the menu. Instead, what viewers were served was a carefully curated version of Kody and Robyn, one where they're still victims of circumstance, still bewildered by the consequences of choices they refuse to name, and still clinging to a script that no one else is reading anymore. Robyn teared up, of course she did, speaking vaguely about broken dreams and trying to hold things together, but when asked what, specifically, she had done to prevent the collapse of her relationships with the other wives, she said, "I stayed out of it. I stayed in my lane." A statement that, to fans who remember Robyn's strategic tears and conveniently timed conversations with Kody over the past 10 seasons, felt like a complete rewriting of history. And as for Meri, Janelle, and Christine, the women who built the Brown family's foundation while Kody courted a new favorite, their names were brought up, but never spoken with depth. Kody refused to say whether he regretted how things ended with Meri. Robyn refused to confirm whether she and Christine had spoken since the remarriage. When asked what lessons they'd learned from watching the other wives walk away, both offered some generic babble about communication being hard and families evolving, but the lack of self-awareness was glaring. Kody, who once spoke of leadership and unity, now resembled a man adrift in his own narrative, unwilling to admit the damage he caused, yet obsessed with controlling how it's remembered. Robyn, who used to present herself as the emotional glue of the family, now seemed more like its final gatekeeper, guarding secrets, dodging transparency, and spinning sanctimony into silence. Fans weren't fooled. Social media erupted during and after the tell-all with scathing commentary, viral memes, and rage threads. "So Robyn can cry on cue, but can't answer a single question with honesty?" one fan tweeted. "Kody's entire defense is just shrugging and blaming variables?" "Give me a break," said another. Reddit threads dissected every facial twitch, every sidestep, every moment of tension, concluding what many had already suspected. Kody and Robyn came to the tell-all not to tell anything, but to spin damage control while revealing nothing. It was a strategy and a failure, because the silence spoke louder than words. The refusal to answer questions confirmed what fans already feared, that the truth, the real, raw, ugly truth, is something Kody and Robyn may never be willing to face in public. And yet, ironically, that silence may be the most revealing thing of all. By not answering, by dodging, by hiding behind tears and abstract phrases like variables and complicated, Kody and Robyn may have finally told the truth, not about the details, but about the mindset. A mindset where control matters more than connection, where image matters more than honesty, and where the consequences of emotional neglect, favoritism, and betrayal are brushed aside with convenient phrases and clenched jaws. The tell-all wasn't the closure fans hoped for. It wasn't catharsis. It was a final unraveling, not of the family, but of the facade, the polished, plural-friendly version of the Browns that TLC once held up as a beacon of alternative unity. What remains now is far more fractured, and far more real. So, what comes next? Fans are demanding answers. Some are calling for the show's cancellation, others for a spin-off focused solely on Christine, Janelle, and the children. TLC has yet to respond. But one thing is undeniable. The tell-all told us everything, by telling us almost nothing. After more than a decade of strategically timed sobs, trembling lip confessions, passive-aggressive deflections, and carefully crafted tear-stained performances that earned her the mocking nickname Sobin Robyn across every corner of the internet, Robyn Brown has finally dropped the act. And not in some subtle, blink-can-you'll-miss-it moment, but in a jaw-dropping, emotionally explosive, camera-staring monologue during Sister Wives Season 19 that left not only the audience speechless, but Kody, the only wife she had left standing beside her, looking shaken, stunned, and for once, silent. This wasn't just a breakdown. This wasn't just Robyn lashing out. This was Robyn Brown, stripped bare of all emotional camouflage, no longer sobbing, no longer performing, no longer hiding behind tissues and poetic grief about her broken dream of sisterhood. This was the cold, razor-edged truth. Robyn is no longer pretending, and what's underneath might be the most shocking reveal of the series yet. It all began, as these moments always do, with Robyn claiming she didn't want drama. The scene was set in her trademark calm, incense-scented living room, soft neutral tones arranged like a Pinterest ad for forgiveness. Cameras rolled. Kody sat beside her, stiff as a statue. The interviewer gently asked, "Do you feel responsible at all for how the family has fallen apart?" A question so obvious, so needed, that fans nearly shouted with relief through their screens. Robyn took a deep breath, the kind of breath that usually preceded a flood of tears and a monologue about broken dreams. But this time, no tears came. Her face stayed dry, her eyes sharp, her voice flat, cold, almost unrecognizable. "I'm tired of being the villain," she said. "I didn't break this family. They did. Christine did. Janelle did. Meri gave up a long time ago. I didn't make Kody choose me. He chose me because I didn't abandon him." And just like that, every wall of fake humility, every ounce of performative pain, collapsed. What was left was a woman not asking for sympathy, but declaring her place as the last one standing. The cameras didn't cut. The silence was deafening. And then Robyn continued, no longer crying, no longer framing herself as the outsider, just trying to be included, but instead openly condemning the other wives, saying they never wanted her and used her as a scapegoat for their own broken marriages. She even went so far as to say that Christine plotted her exit long before anyone knew it, that Janelle always had one foot out the door, and that Meri, and this part chilled viewers, was emotionally divorced before Robyn even came into the picture. Fans couldn't believe what they were hearing. After years of crocodile tears, sob story narratives, and martyr complexes, Robyn Brown was finally speaking without a filter, and what she revealed wasn't pain. It was power. Cold, ruthless, calculated power. But it wasn't just the words. It was the delivery. There was no emotion behind them. No breaking voice. No tearful apology or sigh of grief. This wasn't Sobin Robyn. This was real Robyn, the woman behind the handkerchief, the woman many of her critics have claimed she truly was all along. The one who, quietly and subtly, helped dismantle the plural marriage dynamic one relationship at a time while publicly claiming she wanted to preserve it. The one who fans say weaponized her emotional fragility to position herself as the loyal, humble, victimized last wife, while the others fought for space, attention, and honesty. The one who benefited most when Meri was benched, when Janelle detached, and when Christine ran. And now, as the dust settles and Robyn stands alone with Kody in a fractured family landscape she claims she never wanted but still rules by default, her mask has finally dropped. And people are terrified by what they see. Kody's reaction was almost as shocking. He didn't interrupt. He didn't correct her. He didn't cry. Instead, he just stared at her like he, too, was seeing Robyn for the first time and realizing that the sweet, soft-spoken, tear-drenched woman he once swore understood him best might have understood something else too. How to win. Because make no mistake, Robyn has won. She's the last wife standing. The legal wife. The queen of the cul-de-sac. But in doing so, she's exposed a version of herself that many viewers always suspected was lurking behind the sobs. A master manipulator, a silent strategist, and the woman who weaponized victimhood to walk out of the battlefield untouched. Reddit and Twitter exploded. Clips of the "No More Tears" monologue went viral. Fans dubbed it the real Robyn reveal. TikTok flooded with breakdowns. Lip readers and body language experts dissected every micro-expression. The general consensus? This was the most honest Robyn had ever been, and also the most dangerous. No longer playing nice, no longer deflecting with tears, she was owning her role in the Brown family implosion, not with regret, but with precision. And for many, it confirmed what they'd suspected for years, that Robyn wasn't just a passive observer of the plural marriage's demise, she was its architect. Of course, Robyn's defenders rushed in too, claiming she'd earned her place, that her coldness was exhaustion, not calculation. That after years of being maligned and mocked, she had the right to finally defend herself. That maybe, just maybe, Robyn was never the villain, just the one who outlasted them all. But even they couldn't deny that the emotional tone had shifted. This wasn't the "please love me" Robyn of season 13. This was the "take it or leave it" Robyn of season 19. Hardened, unapologetic, strategic, and, for better or worse, finally honest. So what happens next? Will Kody, now seemingly shaken by the person beside him, begin to question the decisions that led him here? Will Meri, Janelle, or Christine respond publicly to Robyn's cold rebukes? Will TLC spin this into yet another season, branding it Robyn's era? Or will fans, now fully disillusioned by the truth behind the tears, demand the show be cancelled altogether? One thing is certain. The mask is off. The tears have dried. And Robyn Brown, the real Robyn Brown, is standing in full view, daring the world to finally see her not as a victim, but as the victor she always intended to be.